Hi guys. So Elijah wanted to jump in and say hi because he saw I was going to be doing a video. I'm going to be showing you guys my eyeshadows today. So we're going to do a quick tutorial with that. So I have, excuse me buddy, I have my eyeshadows right here. These are just a few of my favorite ones that I put in this palette. So these are my everyday use ones. And so I'm going to use my eyeshadows and my eyeshadow brush. Now for my eyeshadow brush, as you can see, there is a fluffy end and a more dense end for it. So what I love to do is just start out with my fluffy end. If you have not done so yet, you can prime your eyes. It is up to you how you want to prime your eyes. I already primed mine. When I did my face, I used my main color and I just used my blush brush and I just kind of swiped it over my eye. So mine are already primed. If you do not have them primed, you can either use that main color if you want to, or you can use, there's the cream eyeshadows that you can use in there, or just more of the matte ones. So I'm going to start out, Elijah, please don't jump. I'm going to be starting out and I'm going to use the color Soulmate. So right here is Soulmate. It is a beautiful shimmery one. So I'm going to use that and I'm going to put my brush in. Now these are incredibly pigmented. So here I have it right there. You can tap your brushes in between just so you make sure not to get too much because you can always add more to it. So I'm just going to tap it on the outside. Now when you put your eyeshadow on, I always start from the outside corner. The reason why is because that's where you want most of that pigment to go and you want it to kind of blend in and get lighter in the inner corner. And when I do it as well, notice how I'm holding my brush. When you are doing that crease part of your eye, which is what I'm going to be working on, you want to hold it closer to the end because it's letting the brush do the work for you and making it more lighter strokes and blending it really good. So I'm going to take it and just let the brush do the work for me. I'm going to put a little bit more on and take it. And just let that brush do the work for you. And it's getting all that shimmer. I'm just going to put a little bit on my lid too. And it's getting that beautiful shimmer all the way around. It's a very light one. I don't know if you can see that shimmer, but I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I do like shimmer, and it has a little bit of that light, like pinkish orange to it as well. You can see the difference right now too. I'm going to do the other side. So I'm just putting it in. And I'm just starting again from the outer corner, holding the brush kind of further down to the bottom. And I'm letting the brush do the work for me. All right. There. So I have that color in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the brush over. One that I use a lot, I use it for my eyebrows, I use it for eyeliner, I use it for so many things, is the oak color. So here is my oak color right here. It matches for me. I feel it matches my hair color and my skin tones. I feel like it goes really good with. So because this is a darker one, I'm going to kind of accentuate it. So I'm going to do a V on my eye with it. And I'm going to flip the brush. So before I was using this fluffy end, I'm going to switch it to use that other end where it's more dense. And I'm going to lightly, look at how dark that turns out right away. So just lightly put it in that dark color and tap it on the side because you don't want to have too much again. So I'm going to start out right at that corner and I'm going to follow up that eyelid and follow the lash line. So this is making like a V when I do it. Do you see how that V is in there now? I'm going to do the other side as well. Just lightly dab it and tap it off and do the other side. So I'm going to go up first, follow that crease, and then I'm going to follow that lash line and I'm just going to make a V. There. I got him on it. Now, your eyes, you can try to match them up as best you can, but they're always going to be a little bit different, and that's okay. Some people like to leave it as is. So I'm just going to clean off my brush really quick. Some people like to leave it as is, but other people like to blend it a little bit more. So I'll show you that a little bit after. So after you clean off your brush, I just did it with a microfiber towel because I forgot to put my cleaning tile in here. But after you clean it off, then I'm going to use a lighter color. So I like Cupcake, I like Sabrina. I'm going to use Sabrina today. So this one is Sabrina. So the difference between Cupcake and Sabrina, they're both very light colors. The difference is Sabrina has a little bit of a shimmer to it. So I'm going to dip my brush in there, and I just clean these so it's hard to see, but it is so light and pigmented on here though. So I like that really light color especially for my skin. The darker is on the outer edge of your eye, and the lighter will be on the inner part of your eye. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to just put it on that inner part of my eye. So there's one side. I'm going to take it again, and I'm going to do the other side. Now what I'm going to do is I have that fluffy side. I'm going to, because I'm one who, I like bold every once in a while, but on a typical day I like to have it blended more. So if you're thinking, oh, it's just a little bit too bold for me, that's okay. Remember, hold on the kind of by the bottom of your brush, and you're going to blend it in, blend it together as much as you want. So just blend, and it will blend it all in beautifully for you, and it won't be so drastic of a color. I do like to have that little bit of a V still because it has that, it kind of makes it more defined in there. I'm just going to show you real quick. All right, now what I like to do, my eyes, they're pretty much how I want them. Well, maybe I'll put a little bit of more. At the end, sometimes I put more of that base color in the crease, so I'm going to take that Soulmate one again. And I'm going to put that, whoops, right on that crease part. And for this one, right on that crease part. And again, I just started from the outside. And for the last thing, I like to go up by that brow line. So I'm going to take, again, that Sabrina, that light color. I put the light color up on my eyebrows by that brow line. And I also put it on the inner part of my eyelid because I like how that it kind of brightens. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, I already have that light color on my brush on that more dense end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Sabrina again, because again, for that light part of my eye, I like that lighter color. I'm going to take it and kind of outline that inner part of my eye right here, just to kind of brighten it up a little bit for it. You can go up there a little bit. And again, this is just what I prefer doing. I love the lighter color. And then I'm going to take Soulmate. This is that, you know, I'm actually going to take Oak. So I'm just going to take a real little bit. And I'm going to, this is that dense part of that brush. And I'm going to just do that outer with it just a little bit, just to kind of line that up. There. Now I'm going to go back. I'm done with the eyeshadows. This is how I want it. However, I kind of want to clean up the look. So if you find like, oh, I dropped a little bit, there's a little bit of powder here, a little bit there, you can go back. My favorite brush is the detail brush. I really like this small end to go and do this with. You can do whatever brush you want though for it, whatever you are most comfortable with. I just prefer that detail brush, and I prefer it right for that small end. So I'm going to take it and just kind of, any powder you're just kind of brushing off, but then I'm going to brush it up to kind of make that line by my eyebrow. So I'm just lining from my outer corner of my eye to my eyebrow, so it cleans it up really good. And I'm going to do that on this side too. So just lightly, and then doing that line. Oh, I got a hair in my eye. There, and that's it. And for me, I love the light natural look, but some people like it darker, and there's a lot of fun colors. You could just kind of play around with the colors. You can mix and match. This one I used 3 colors with, but you can use 1 color if you wanted to. You could use 4. There's this new thing going around that I don't, it's probably not new, but one that I have not tried yet that I kind of want to try is you do like different, you take the you take that dense end and you do a line here of a color, you do a line here, and you kind of do a whole bunch of lines of different colors. And then after you take your blend and you blend it together, and I guess it makes kind of a neat design on your eyelids too. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. It's just a quick one, just the basics. This is what I do most mornings for my eyes, is something along the lines of this, where it's lighter, more natural. I love how pigmented they are. The main takeaway for this video is I want you to remember to, if you use your eyeshadow brush, when you use the blending color, you're going to want to hold closer to the bottom to kind of let your brush do all the work. If you are using the other end, you are going to want to hold a little bit closer because you are going to want to really define where that goes. The other takeaway I want you to take from this is that you put it dark. You should put it darker typically on the outside and then go in for it to become lighter. And if you feel like you put too much on where it was too dark, you can always reblend it with that fluffy end to make it blend and make it look a little bit more subtle. So, but when you do it again, always just start out with a little bit, because this eyeshadow is so pigmented. So I hope you enjoy it. Have a good rest of your day. Again, any questions, feel free to let me know. My link, my shopping link, is in the announcements. It changes every month. So just look on the announcements. It will show you the current shopping link if you are interested in looking at some of the eyeshadow colors. All right, have a great day.